Alrighty. I'm gonna try and show those of you who care a little bit about roping a foot on a horse. And I'm gonna try and do it in the simplest way, so the least experienced person could do it. You know, really, if you care about some horsemanship and learning some of this stuff, it's a great way to learn about the horse, because, you know, everybody says it, they're a prey animal. They make a living on their 4 feet. When we get to messing with their feet, whether it be with our reins or legs, a rope, any of those things, it's pretty important to the horse, because that's how they make their living, is on their feet. So we want to keep that in mind. But this rope, it's pretty neat. One, if you're going to use your horse a lot of places, you need shoes, right? Two, for example, here within this week, actually I guess it was last week, I had a mare get stuck in the cattle guard. And by stuck, she's just kind of a carefree mare, and she doodled around, didn't even hustle into it, just kind of doodled around and got her hoof all the way, the fetlock stuck in there, and then her hoof capsule stuck in the cattle guard. And luckily I'd roped her feet 5 or 6 times, and she kind of stood there, and she tried it once and then looked at me and was like, "Hey dude, could you help me?" And I started the process of cleaning up that mess. But so that's a good reason. But another good reason is just if you're kind of into the thing about learning how a horse thinks and trying to do less, it's a great way to learn. And here I'm just driving my horse around. You notice I haven't even pulled on this rope yet. This is what I would do if you weren't a very experienced roper and you're trying to do this, is I just let my horse wear this. He might kind of run around. The big thing is, in the beginning, don't let this rope come tight. And then maybe, because somebody will probably ask, a prerequisite, you should do this barehanded and take your burns or your lumps, unless you're like older than 65, 70 and your skin's starting to get so thin to where it can't handle it. But you shouldn't be pulling on this like crazy, because this is a mental deal more than a physical deal, because we're afoot. This horse is probably 900 pounds, maybe 950. He's a lot bigger than I am, a lot stronger, all those kinds of things. I'm not going to try and do this through strength, right? So we're going to be watching the horse's face a lot, not his foot. You guys can hopefully watch both on this video. But now that I kind of got the groundwork laid here, I'm going to show you. This horse has had his feet roped a couple of times, but definitely less than 15. And not for any crazy length of time. I just do this a little bit, right? So you see he's thinking away from me. I'm gonna start picking up on this rope. See, he come to me, but he never committed. And I'm looking at his face right now. See there, he's thinking about the rope. I let go of all pressure. And see how his brain stays over here? This is one of the biggest things I see. And you can do it if you want, where you just pull on the foot until the horse kind of gives up. And that, I find that doesn't carry over as much as getting it hooked to the brain. And I find that if you just wrestle them and jerk their feet out from under them, it takes a hell of a lot longer, and there's not really much connection or trust through there. So see, I'm drawing on that rope, horse's brain comes, I release. You say, well, we're roping the feet. Well, the brain conducts the feet, right? So I'll start off with getting that brain to come to that foot. See, there's a little resistance. There he's thinking this way. There he almost followed through, right? So watch. I'm gonna reach for him. There's the brain. Here comes the horse. Good. I'm gonna see if I can walk him over here to me. Release. Draw. See if he'll let me have it out here. Release it. Okay, I'm gonna draw it. There. And you want to get to where you say, well, how do I know when I'm done? When the horse is turned loose. What is turned loose? Turn loose is zero tension, okay? Turn loose is, let's see if we're turned loose here. We're not. See, there's just a little resistance. Turn loose is when you reach for the horse and they reach for you, and there's no drag, there's no tension, there's no nothing. It's just willing. There, that's turn loose right there. Okay? So that's what I'm looking for. Hold on there, fella. And make sure your horse isn't just following you, that you can pick this foot up and you can hold it, you can bring it to you. See there, he's pawing a little, so I just hold. But he's not pulling so hard that he's running rope through my hand. And if he were, I would just keep a little tension on and let it slide. I try not to ever get to pulling so much that he's gonna jerk it away from me, okay? If that's good, then I'm gonna have the horse come over here and reach across himself. I'm gonna do that again. I'm gonna reach for him. Come there. I'd like him to just give just a little bit more. He's just a little heavy there. So I'm gonna set it up again. I'm gonna draw on the foot. There it is. Oh, I like that. Okay, and then let's do this too. If you have your saddle horn, you can use that. If you don't have a saddle on, you can just put it over the horse's back, right? If I have a saddle on, I'll use my cannel. I don't want any leverage here. And see there, my horse kind of booger a little bit. That's fine. I'm just gonna follow him around here for a second. Kind of set this up again. Okay, and now I'm gonna draw here. See, there's a little struggle. There, good, he's thinking, I'll let go. Again, I'll draw this foot. There you go, very nice. And what you'll find is in the beginning, when you're going back and forth between leading the horse forward and picking the foot straight up towards the saddle horn, you'll find sometimes there's a little disconnect there. So here I'm gonna get my brain back. Oh look, there's some struggle, we'll just wait. And one thing you could do too is if there's too much struggle, hold your rope like this and just go to your hip. And that way you don't have to hold on with your arm, you can just kind of brace against your hip. That helps quite a bit. But the goal is to not have a pulling match. Oh, he stepped on his rope, he's gonna have to sort that out. Good. That's pretty good. We'll send him. See if we can stop him and draw him. There we go. There's resistance. There he came through. Very good. Very good. Give him a little rub. But like, this is, if you spend a little time working at this and maybe do a little suffering because you hang on to the rope or you pull a little too hard, you know, and you got to get some experience and you get your hand burnt a little bit, it's probably not a bad thing. There's a lot to learn with that. So when I get done with a foot, like, you know, let's do this one more time over the back of the saddle because he struggled with that. So I'm gonna come here, I'm gonna draw. There's a little struggle. He's leaning on it. There's some struggle. He's thinking, he's still leaning. He's struggling, he's leaning. He's gonna try real hard and struggle. I'm just gonna go to my hip. He hasn't turned loose there. He still hasn't. He's kind of seeing if he can't wrestle with it a little bit. Let's see here. There you go. Good. And see how he sets that foot down? He don't jerk it away from me. That's what I'm looking for. Let's see if we can draw that one more time here. Oh yeah, I love that. That time he turned loose. Let's see, we'll flip it over. Let's see if we can get him to come to us. Reach across it, let go. Very good. We'll come down here. Very good. I'm gonna have him come to me. I'm not gonna walk to him. And then I'm gonna have him hand his foot to me. And I'm gonna take this rope off. Have him over on this side here. And then when I take the rope off, I'll go to the other foot. So I'll come, I'll support the limb, I'll remove the rope, and I'll set the foot down. And for those of you guys who say, well, I want to see it with one that's never had this done, I've got some 2-year-olds in the canyon yet that I have not roped their feet. So they're just kind of growing up down there. So when I bring those up, I will do those for you. But today, I'm just going to do this little 3-year-old here. And I've got another 3-year-old that is a little bit, he can get a little taut from time to time. So he might be more challenging and a good example to show you. See if I can get him to think around through this way. Let's see, hold. Watch that brain, there it is. Draw, release, draw, hold, release. Good. Draw, release. Draw, release. Draw, hold, release. Oh, come back. See there, he's kind of bracing, so I'll wait on him and say, no need to do that, fella. But big part is, watch this right here. Don't be looking at the foot so much. The horse's face, their eyes, see there's a little tension, so I'm gonna hold that. Bam, right there. Very good, sir. Very good. We're gonna go over his head here, over the saddle, draw. There's stroke, so just hold. Here comes a little more maybe. There he's thinking, we'll gently give it back to him. And you're not gonna just dump that foot either, that'd scare him. Horses don't like that. If you pick their foot up, you should set it down with some care. Because for them to give you their foot is quite a bit of trust. There's some struggle, so I just hold here. I just hold, pull just a little, hold, release. All right, draw, very nice, perfect. Release. Flick that over there, flick that over there. Reach for this foot, draw it, very good, sir. Bring it on up, come on, come on. That's what I'm talking about. Set my rope down. Give the old pony a rub. Oh, there's a little brace, I'll hold on. Release. Like him to step a little further. There, good. Now I'm gonna pick this foot up. Good. I'm gonna support the limb. I'm gonna remove my rope. And I'm gonna gently set that foot back down. So not only will you get a little better with your rope or get some skill with your rope if you don't ever use it, your farrier will probably like you more. And like me, I put the first set of 2 shoes on my horses because I want to make sure they're pretty good before I ask another fella to get down there. But say you're out riding and you step in wire or a hole or something like that, help you a lot with that. It's the same thing here. I'm gonna get it on there, but I'm not gonna go to jerking on it. I'm gonna drive my horse off here, let him wear it. Especially the first time, when you put that rope on, don't go to jerking on it. So now here I'm gonna come, I'm gonna stop him. Very good, very, very good. See how that brain comes? That body softens? I might be, there, that's what I'm talking about. I might be done with this fella. I might do this other foot just for a second and he'll be done. Let's see. Look at that. Okay, there's 2 fingers right there. He's gonna kick a little. But see, I can hold it just with a couple fingers. If he's kicking, you just keep, there you go, good job. If he's kicking, just keep a little tension on it. Don't go to jerking on it, and be aware when you're learning how to do this, your natural instinct is gonna be to pull awful hard, and that's what'll get your hand burnt. So see, when he's jacking around right there, I'll just hang in there and then I'll let go. I want him to reach out towards me this way and come back just a little. There's that brain, good. There you go, good job, buddy. Let's see if he'll follow it. There you go.